Good morning, Ian, and
Hi.
welcome. This is a Say Hello to Your Body session, which involves really body awareness more than lots of exercise. So it's using breath and movement and connecting with your body to help you communicate and listen with it. Hopefully, long term, on in some shape or form on a daily basis. So yeah, that's where we're at. My name is Sue, and I'll be with you for the next 30 minutes with Ian. So just closing your eyes and just dropping into your breath. And just noticing where you breathe into naturally, whether it's the upper chest, almost by the throat, whether it's into the rib cage, or whether it's into the belly. Don't judge that. Just notice what is natural for you in this moment. And just have a little awareness of the rhythm of that. And as this session is saying hello to your body, we are going to start by just that. So you can keep the eyes closed and just follow my voice, or you can open your eyes if you wish. So we're going to use our fingertips and we're going to tap. We're going to tap at the base of our skull, where the neck goes up into the skull. There's some bony bits there. We're going to ever so gently tap with our fingertips. So what we're doing is we're tapping to, if you like, say hello to our head. And our scalp holds or can hold a lot of tension. So be kind, be gentle. And as you feel you wish, you can begin to tap over the head, wherever you feel that you want to. Try and get into a rhythm using the fingertips. You can move the head. You can find areas where you think, oh yeah, that needs a little bit of attention. And as you do this, if it's possible, really take your attention to where you are tapping. So there's just sort of you, your breath, and your fingertips, and wherever they are touching. Everything else is not relevant for you at this moment. And then coming down to the neck when you're ready. Making sure you do the back of the neck. Breathing in, noticing just nice, slow, gentle, rhythmic breathing. And then at the base of your ears, come around onto your jaw. And a bit like catching flies, have your mouth slightly open. You're in the safety of your own home, so no one can see you. And you'll feel that where the jaw opens, it can be a little tender. So you may want to massage that a little bit, or you may want to continue tapping. This is really you exploring your body and what your body is telling you or showing you. So everything I say is an invitation. And if you feel, oh, I want to go back there, or I want to do this, that's all absolutely fine. And opening the mouth so you can feel if that's where you hold tension, particularly if you grind your teeth and things like that when you sleep. And you're just noticing, you're not judging, you're not making a comment, you're just going, oh yeah, that's interesting. And then bringing that tapping into the jaw itself and down the neck. And you could do this any time at home. If you were sitting doing Zoom sessions for work, you could just sit and do this. Now, as you come across the shoulder, you might want to come into the palm of the hand so that you can tap. You may even want to have a light fist. So the choice is yours. tapping across the upper back. You can do both sides together if you want, or one side at a time. And then tapping down the outside of your arm and up the inside of the arm. Across the shoulder, tapping down the outside of the arm, up the inside. And this time when you go down, sort of clasping the wrist a little bit and just sort of getting rid of the day or the morning or whatever you've been doing. Just let's get rid of that. And just sort of shake that about. And then coming and doing the other side. So we're tapping the other side through the neck first, then the shoulder. When you're ready, down the arm. It's really down the outside, up the inside. Your fruit to pick. Take your time. Go faster than me, slower than me. Whatever feels right for you. And hold playfulness and curiosity as though you're back to a child going, oh, hello arm, what are you up to today? And then we can sweep it off, hold on to the wrist, get rid of whatever we need to. Great. Shake it all off, wiggle it about. Wiggling's great. Through the fingers, yeah, the whole lot. And then gently tapping across the chest when you're ready, down the sternum. And then coming around the ribs. So coming around the rib area, tapping around the ribs. Tapping around, you might want flat arms here. Coming into the back, you might want to lean forward and get into the kidney area, the lower back. Just waking it up. Hello kidneys. Hello lower back. Yeah, you've been sat a long time. Okay, let's see if we can loosen you up. And coming back to the belly, and you might want to just gently tap clockwise, saying hello to your digestive system, really gently. Be mindful that a lot of work goes on here. And coming into the groin, maybe little fists, maybe little fists. So we're beginning to come down the legs, tapping, coming maybe down the front of the legs, up the back of the legs. If you're seated, you just work with where you're at. If you're standing, you can do it differently. Just tapping wherever you feel inclined, really stimulating the nerve endings, increasing the circulation, waking up that body. And then I'm going to say freestyle. So just for a few moments, really tune into your body and see, where do I need to go back to? Where's calling me today? Do I need to tap? Do I need to just brush off a bit? Have I had a busy morning, evening, whatever it is? Just getting rid of, a bit like having a shower or body brushing, you're just getting rid of whatever you need to get rid of. And when you're complete, we're going to just come back to our breath. And just notice, but out of curiosity, whether the breath has changed, whether it's a little bit deeper or a bit slower or a bit faster. Just notice. And feel the sit bones on the floor. And take your full attention to the sit bones. And those big muscles, the gluteus maximus, the big muscles that you're sitting on, just allowing them to soften, relax as best you can. So it's as though you're sitting on maybe sand, so it sort of splays out a little bit. And so there's that real sense of, oh yeah, I've landed on the chair now, or I've landed on the floor. If you were standing, you would do the same thing with your feet. You would be connecting the feet into the floor. And then allow that expansion and space through the glute muscles to spread into the hips and then up into the lower back. And just imagine the spine is like lengthening upwards, and it's as though it's going way, way out into the huge amount of space above your head. and your sit bones are sinking into the earth where there's huge amount of space beneath you. And then we suddenly realize actually there's huge amount of space all around us. And so we're just really planted now, we're connected, we're coming back to our body, to ourselves, to our breath. And then as you breathe in, and then as you breathe out, begin to bring your chin to your chest as you breathe out. And start the in-breath, and as you start the in-breath, the head gently moves back, but only as far as is okay for your neck. So it may come back to level, or it may come back a little bit so the chin is lifting up just a tiny bit. And you work that movement with your breath. Out breath to come forward. You may want to press the chin a little bit into the chest, or you might not. In breath, head comes back, creating space in the throat, in the neck, in the shoulders. And just, if you can, allow those shoulder blades to soften. They slide down your back. They're supposed to be like wings. They slide up and down on the rib cage. So we're just moving the head gently with our breath, and really our full attention is on our neck and our head. Seeing how that works. How does it feel? Is it tight? Is it soft? Does it flow? And then on the next one, come back to center and keep the chin level. And then breathing in, turn the head to the left, and breathing out, turn the head to the right. Just noticing, gently, kindly, so that the shoulders don't move, and just allowing the neck, and your attention is at the neck with your breath. And we're saying, hello neck, how are you today? How can you move? And just a couple more, and then coming back to center. And then the invitation is to come into standing with the feet just hip width apart, which means the outside of your thighs go down and the outside of your feet are there and the toes are pointing forward. And then we are just going to turn the body and the head gently. Knees are soft, tailbone is going down to the floor. Just gently, letting the back arm lift and tap the kidney area that we've just woken up with our tapping, and the front arm comes across like a belt. And we're just beginning to move the whole body as opposed to part of it. Nice and relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Belly breathing. Head moving nice and gently. And then just bringing the arm up to tap the shoulder. Tap the shoulder. So like we did seated, the arm comes up and taps the shoulder. Connecting with the body, the neck, the shoulders, the back. The other arm still hits the kidney area. And then coming back to the front arm, hitting the body, and the back arm. Lovely. And what you'll feel is maybe a difference in your body in some shape or form. Then slowly let the arms hang and slow it down. Slow it down, slow it down, till you come to being stationary. And just notice how the neck, the shoulders, the torso, the feet, the knees feel. And just bringing your hands, and imagine you're holding a balloon, and seeing if you're squashing a balloon and opening a balloon. So you're squashing a balloon. You may feel resistance, you might not, and that's all absolutely fine. But if we were to use our imagination, we've created energy within our body by moving it, by paying attention to it. And we can bring that, if we so wish, into the center of us and just allowing that as a gift to ourselves. So bringing the hands onto the belly area, and just imagine we're giving ourselves maybe a little nurturing. Staying with the breath, and now you should feel the belly expanding as you breathe in and coming in a little bit and softening as you breathe out. So you've got that sense of expansion and contraction. Now the invitation now is to come back into sitting if you wish, or if you want to stay standing, that's absolutely fine. So it's whichever works for you. And staying with the breath and having the eyes closed. And just now feeling the connection through your feet in the floor. And taking, if it's possible, your full attention to your feet. And notice through your feet whether the floor is soft or hard, whether it's warm or cool. Do your feet sort of hover off the floor, or are they able to really sink and ground and, you know, take a bit like when we jump, the feet really hit the floor, the knees bend, and there's power to come back up again? Have we got that sense of being connected to the floor, or are we almost like a hovercraft and hovering? If possible, we want to try and sink, so we're really centered through our body. And just taking your full attention to your feet. They do an amazing job stabilizing us. Well, we won't be able to walk without our feet. We won't be able to move. So just notice your toes. Notice your heel. Notice where your weight is. Full attention with your breath on your feet. And if it feels appropriate, just thank them for what they do. And then opening your eyes, and with that same sort of intention, just look around your room. And just notice your room as if you're seeing it for the first time with fresh eyes. Is the room warm or cool? Is it cozy or is it more open plan? Is it light or dark? Is it welcoming? How do you feel in your room? What do you like about your room? And then see if it's possible to notice something that you've never noticed about your room before. And you're looking with that childlike curiosity of, and you don't have to be stationary. If you wanted to move at that point, you could. Just really noticing, full attention on your room. What have you not noticed ever before in this way? And just, noticing it. Feeling how that feels in your body when you see your room. What's the body's expression of your room? And then bringing your attention, when you're ready, back to your breath. And with that same intention that you just saw your room, because that's something we do all the time, with your eyes closed, see if you can take your attention into your lungs. And notice your breath in your lungs. So we have a bony structure, the ribs, that wraps around. We have muscles, so there's pliability. We have a big diaphragm that comes up from the hips in a big arc, coming up underneath our ribs and back down again. And as we breathe in, the diaphragm drops down, this big muscle, so the lungs can fill with air. And as we breathe out, it comes up so that we can breathe out. So we have an amazing body physiologically. So see if it's possible to sort of drop into your lungs and see whether your breath is warm or cool in your lungs. Do your lungs feel restricted or constricted, or do they feel quite flexible? Does your breath flow freely? Does this noticing your lungs make you want to wiggle about a bit or move? Is there any colour in your lungs? and asking your lungs to relax, asking the muscles around your lungs to soften and have more space. And really notice that rhythm of your diaphragm, the up and the down, the expansion and the contraction. And just see what happens when you start to notice and you hold kindness for your lungs. So it's as though it's the first time you've ever noticed your lungs in this way. And then really connect to the rhythm of your breathing, the rhythm of your lungs, the rhythm, the expansion and the contraction. And if you want to, allow your body to start to move, however that is for you. Moving with that breath, moving from the lungs. Sinking into whatever the rhythm is for you. And then the possibility exists that you might find a rhythm within your own body. And then taking your full attention to your neck, which is where one of the places we started with. Observe your neck. If you want to, hold the neck. Nurture it. Hold gratitude for it and let the neck move however it wants to. Let the neck move the torso. It follows. The neck leads the movement. How does it want to release, free up, create space? With full attention on your neck. That does an amazing job of holding this heavy, heavy head. And then bringing that attention to the shoulders. What do the shoulders need? Do the shoulders need to be touched? Do they need to be tapped? Do they need to be held? Do they need to wiggle about? Do they need to stretch up? Do the arms want to follow? Allow the body to begin to take the lead from the shoulders. And then if it's possible, think about the spine. The spine, individually, each vertebra isn't very flexible, but collectively they can bend forwards, they can bend backwards, they can rotate, they can go to the sides. Amazing. So allow the spine. So we've got the neck moving, the shoulders moving, into the spine moving. However that is for you, but mindfully, if you like, really attention on the body. Not the mind moving, the body moving. And there into the lungs again, coming back to what we've been working with, the expansion. So as we breathe in, do the arms want to come into play with the expansion and the contraction? Does the spine and the neck want to come in? Just play. Just like when you were a kid. Somebody would put some music on, or you'd just be outside and you would just move. There was no reason for it, no rhyme for it. You just enjoyed moving that body. Bring it in the arms, the hands, and then bringing, as you wish, the whole body in. And as you move your body, however that is for you, how big or small, or could be even in almost stillness, acknowledge what your body has lived through and all that it's able to do to support you. It's an amazing piece of work. The invitation is to move your body as a way of thanking it for all that it does without being asked. The heart beats. The lungs expand and contract. Oxygen in, carbon dioxide out. The blood flows. So moving it as a way of thanking it, of connecting with it, and maybe, if it's possible, allowing it to smile, to expand, to soften, whatever language works for you. This is yours, your body, your experience, your movement. And then the invitation, just like we used the room, and then we took that inwards, the invitation is to notice something about your body you haven't noticed in this way before. And it's okay to notice nothing, because that is still noticing. And just however you feel, if you feel, thanking your body or holding gratitude for it, for the amazing piece of art and mechanics, if you like, and so much more that it is. And then finding your way with your body, either into seated again or into lying. Whatever is comfortable for you, so that you're comfortable. So maybe you want cushions, maybe you want blankets, maybe you want to put your feet up the wall, whatever you wish to do. And just being with your body. And the invitation again is to thank it and really notice any changes in the neck, the shoulders, the spine, the hips, the knees, the ankles. And coming back to your breath. And allowing all that has unfolded that you may not even be aware of, and that's absolutely fine too, to begin to integrate. To begin to integrate. And a sound will rise up. And allowing the sound to bathe you, to soften. So notice how the body is lying on the floor. Notice if there are any areas of the body that are being sort of gently held off the floor with tension, and use the breath to try and sink. You are totally supported by the floor. And notice how your body and the floor connect. And allow the sound to bathe you. To get into those nooks and crannies where there may be tension. And if, as you lie there, you want to wiggle or move, do what your body wishes. All of this work is an invitation. And coming back to the breath, the in-breath and the out-breath, the expansion and the contraction, the softness. Let the body do whatever the body needs to do to help the integration, the unfolding, and to help you hear your body's voice. And then finding the rhythm Noticing if that rhythm has changed from the beginning of the class. Noticing any changes within your body from the beginning of the class. And asking your body, not your mind, to show you how you wish to move, to come back slowly and gently into seated. And if there's a movement or something you want to stretch, you want to hug in, anything your body wants to do, do it. And then just landing fully. Yeah, do whatever you need to do. And just as we started, notice the sit bones on the floor. Notice that really, hopefully the glutes have opened and you're really sitting, and that length through the spine. And remember that all of this can be done on a chair if you're not comfortable seated on the floor, and it can be adapted to standing. And just take a moment with a bit of a smile on your face and find a way of going, well done body, excellent. And maybe you want to wiggle about and just be grateful. We are so blessed that we have a body that can move. Fantastic. Thank you for joining me and for taking the time to be with your body. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sue. Beautiful. And after a morning sat at a laptop, that was just what I needed.
Oh, brilliant.